Hello there, Matthew Miller on this coronavirus COVID-19 lockdown blog, day 27, and yes, day 27, and yes, tomorrow's supposed to like be the last day, but until with the lockdown extended, I don't think it's going to be the last day. Day 33 is going to be the last day now, but I'm planning just go out to 30 days of blogs and that though, then just sort of just take some time off or so. For me, being time in front of the computer for an entire month or so, doing blogs, YouTube videos, I'll say it's time for me just to finally just take a break. I know I could sit around and just chat about this as well, but well, any more story? Let's just begin. And yes, what if I told you this or that the coronavirus is nothing to be worried about, and why you shouldn't be worried about? Because of this headline, according to the Global Research, the massive COVID-19 hoax. Well, whether it's a hoax or not, well, from my account from the very beginning, it was clear that the coronavirus disease 2019 COVID-19 was at the most a bad cold and little more dangerous than the actual flu. But we've been deliberately hard to shape the public was. Yeah, because I actually had a bad cold when we had that lockdown, and when I was sick, I do social distance, I do stay at home, so I don't pass on, although you can't actually like pass on the virus or so, but I still did that, still stay at home and that though, because you yeah. Well, although you can't really pass on the virus, because I know that, I didn't know that before, and we weren't told all of that before. And why, yeah, why should we all be scared of this stuff? If we are healthy and have a strong immune system, we shouldn't be all worried about. That's it. The media would just like to put up fear. That's all they did. And yeah, especially my mother, she will always watch the media. Always. It's full of fear. That's all it is. And I could go on about it as well. And, well, let's move on to the respiratory doctor, though. Let's see what he's got to say. And respiratory doctor blows the whistle on the fake coronavirus. Well, let's watch what he's got to say.
Good evening, YouTube. This is our
He needs to look like respirators. Respirators, yeah, like respirators or something. I don't know what I can't really say words properly though, so well, let's continue.
future and the powers with the people. Just want to let you know I am a respiratory therapist. Been doing this for 21 years. I've been kind of all over the place doing this. I wanted to show you our equipment room here.
Yeah, and yes, there's all the equipment there. Look at that. And and they say they will all be used up, but look like they haven't been used up. Still sitting there. Plastic on.
So we want to talk about COVID-19 for a few minutes. And the first thing I want to say is does it look like there's a ventilator shortage? There's not.
Yeah, yep, and I don't think they look like there isn't a ventilator shortage. If there was a ventilator shortage, this year would be all winter, it would be full of that, but the fish say, look at that. Picture speaks 1,000 words. The ventilator's still there, covered in plastic.
Okay, as a matter of fact, we're running less ventilators right now than we would normally run. And that's because people are just staying home. They're not having elective surgeries. I want to talk about the numbers and the criteria that goes into what a COVID patient is, or a patient under investigation, what's also called a PUI. Basically, right now, and the way it has been the last couple of months, when they locked us down, is that any patient that came in with a respiratory problem was labeled COVID. Now that doesn't matter if it's you got stage 4 lung cancer and pancreatitis and heart disease and liver failure and everything else. You're still, because you come in with breathing problems, you're labeled a COVID patient.
Bingo. Bingo. Yep. If you have like a heart disease, cancer, lung cancer, stroke, whatever, you'll be labeled as a COVID patient. He said it. Bingo. And to look like it, I was just running. Why we ain't getting any more heart disease patients anymore? Why we aren't getting more stroke patients anymore? Why we aren't getting more cancer? and why we ain't getting people who die from smoking reports? Well, people will still be smoking, but just say the person who died from smoking is actually a COVID patient. Oh boy, yeah. And that's one of those people.
Now, we have one lady that could do the testing at first, that would go, those tests went to the CDC. Only one person was qualified to test that for the whole place. So several of these patients under investigations were never tested, and maybe they died or whatever, then they would die of COVID and not of stage 4 lung cancer or these things. This is clear that this is what's come out. Every single patient that needs one of our pieces of equipment here, any of this, if they need any of this stuff, okay, then they are a rule out COVID. And these tests have taken as long as 2 or 3 weeks to get back. We're finally getting what they claim. They've been claiming this for a month, but we're finally getting in-house testing. That's going to change the game, and I think that's what's going on at most places. And what that also means is that now you're going to see the numbers either go up or go down. And I would suspect we're going to see them spike up and then spike down real.
Yeah. And yet the media is going to just do that. They're just going to inflate the numbers and sort of let it come down a bit, inflate it and like that. And I bet the mainstream media here in this is going to do that. I bet they are going to do that. Although the numbers of new cases are coming down, but they're going to just inflate it. Just so they can keep the lockdown in place. I hope you're getting those people, because I know they're going to do this. So let's just move on for now. I could go on what he's got to say and watch him talk about it, but it's going to take a lot of what I'm going to say, so let's just move on. And yes, on 9 News Australia, coronavirus MP Scott Morrison talked to Bill Gates over Future Health Organization with the Future Man pandemic. And I say, if we had a, oh man, because we're probably not even a pandemic, because the coronavirus is probably nothing more than like a cold. So well, probably is nothing that's just sure to be worried about. So let's see what he's got to say.
The World Health Organization says the worst of the virus is ahead of us as it urges world leaders to stop using the coronavirus as part of political point scoring.
Yeah, it says don't use the coronavirus for political statement.
It comes after US President Donald Trump accused the organisation of a cover-up while suspending federal funding.
Yeah, there's a lot of cover-ups going on as well, especially with death those that are ill and that though, they just say, oh, they got COVID-19. And yes, with the China, they've always been covering up as well. So let's just continue.
There is nothing hidden from the US. From day one. Don't use this virus as an opportunity to fight against each other or score political punches. It's dangerous.
The organisation.
Yeah, that fella there, he shouldn't even be in the World Health Organization. That fella has blood on his head, Tetris. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And of course, do you know who's been running the World Health Organization? China, and Bill Gates is funding them, of course. Scott Morris discussed the World Health Organization is one of its biggest donors. Well, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is like the second biggest funder as well. Well, and they're going to probably be the first as well because the USA is actually going to stop funding them as well, which they should. And Mr. Morris and Ms. Gates also understood they had discovered that vaccines and the Pacific Health Channels. Yeah, and of course, Gates is the world's biggest voluntary funder, providing $836 million in the past 2 years. Wow. And wow. And US is the largest donor to WHO, providing more than $631 million in 2019, about 15% of its budget. And I heard Trump's going about to defund as well. And Tetris, the Director General, though, he's showing me that he doesn't even have a medical degree. He doesn't even have a medical degree. He's more a politician. That fire has blood on his hand. He shouldn't even be running. The last thing you want him to be running is the World Health Organization. So let's move on. The WHO director has strong ties to Bill Gates, the Clinton Foundation, Dr. Fauci, China, and genocide. And there's a video on Rebel News about tetracycline and proof value. It is worth watching. And let me find this on Rebel News. There we go, and I'm gonna go to there, and yep, there it is, and I'm gonna scroll down. Where it is, why? There it is, right there. The beautiful facts about her, Tetris on Tetris, he's got blood on head. He's worth watching. It's on Rebel News. Yep. It's on Rebel News channel. It's worth watching. So let's get back on what I was gonna say. And yep. You're tied to Bill Gates, looking serious in that picture. And you're not. Bill Gates and Tetris, they should both be behind bars for life. Because, man, they have done little terrible things to humankind for now. Yeah, a lot of terrible things. And like Bill Gates, yeah, because he actually produced a polio vaccine which contained the polio virus itself, which made the Africans sick. And he also, Bill Gates, also been kicked out of Africa. And yeah, and let's just move on from here. And yeah, they're right. Bill Gates and Elon Musk and George Soros are the front men on top of the pyramid. And here, on this interview, so it's joined by David Icke. They discussed oncoming coronavirus. David explained that Bugler is being manipulated by the system and perhaps by the greatest psychiatric operation in history as the medical and government fight at the moment's head. being inflated, and yes, the media's going to probably do that. They'll inflate the numbers. They're not going to just find cases, they're just going to inflate the numbers. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. And also, media, mainstream media around worldwide, especially in Western countries, they're going to probably inflate the numbers just to keep people scared. And yes, and there's this YouTube probably worth watching, and there's another one for David Icke, but it's been pulled off on YouTube. YouTube's been doing a lot of censorship as well, which I am about to get to as well. And there it is, from the Jakarta Post. That one's from the Indonesia. Gates Foundation call for global cooperation on vaccine for 7 billion people. That's like for everyone across the globe. For crying out loud. Bill Gates, really. Yeah, the wealthy Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation called for Wednesday for global cooperation for the ready for the COVID-19 vaccine for 7 billion people while offering $150 million towards preventing the treatment for the virus. Well, I was having trouble saying those words as well. I'm not that great with words, people. So you just have to bear with me sometimes. If I said it wrong, just hit the pause, and if you want to read all that, just hit the pause and sort of read it. For crying out loud, man. This part, he should be behind bars for life. He's really doing harm towards humanity. Bill Gates don't care about you. He never cares about you. Never. His father's been part of eugenics as well, and because I heard of that before, and because I actually heard on video here about them talking about his father as well, because he's was a eugenicist, and yeah, well, let's move about the censorship. And of course, yeah, watch YouTube CEO will remove any content that goes against whose recommendation. Yet, if you say anything bad about Tetris or something, or about the director, or anything that goes against Hugh's recommendation, means your channel is bad and it shall be removed. Yeah, well, that's why I got BitTube, people. If this video does get taken down, it will be on BitTube. They know that they can't shut me up. If YouTube does delete my channel, I will still keep talking. And they can just suck it. And there it says, we have clear policies that prohibits medically unstated methods to prevent the coronavirus in place or seeking medical treatment. We quickly remove videos violating their policies when it's flagged to us. Any content that disputes the existence or the transmission of the COVID-19 is described by her organization and the local health organization is in the violation of YouTube's violation, and this includes conspiracy theories, claims that the symptoms are caused from 5G. Well, don't say bad about 5G. Or if you're going to say that 5G makes you sick, bang, it gets removed. For borderline content that could be misinformed users in a harmful way, we could reduce recommendation. We could continue to evaluate the impact of those videos on community around the world. Well, we're there to speak the truth. We don't ask people to believe what we put out. We encourage people to question what we put out so they can make up their own conclusion. And That's why you should have your own blogs. Your own blog and your own YouTube video so you can make up your own conclusion. Yeah, they say providing that could be controlled that Bill Gates should be jailed and YouTube deletes the video. I pretty much said that. Well, YouTube, well, if you're going to delete it, read this. Your mug. Yes. Always like to put out cuts before they just say, oh, read the cut before you delete the channel. I don't think Susan's going to bother watching before she, because, well, they don't debate, they censor without any hesitation. And yet, Mark Zuckerberg says that some stay-at-home protests organised on Facebook qualifies harmful information. Yet, anything that goes against the murder just gets taken down. Form of censorship. Just that censorship thing is just starting to get out of control, and they're just going to say, oh, we're going to classify it as misinformation and it's going to get taken down. And you just say, hey, you shut up about, go along with it. Yeah, or this video gets taken down. Well, let's just move on in that too. Morrison says, yeah, this is about the spy. Morrison says mobile tracing app before controllers can be erased. Yeah, they want you putting that mobile app. Oh no, the smartphone always spies on you anyway. And let's just go to the article in New Zealand says that. Here it is right here. COVID-19 coronavirus northerners along the New Zealand best behaved in lockdown phone data says. Hello people, hello. That's to know that phone spies on you. They know. And I said chat to some people in the town nearby me, and but they just don't seem to care. And I said told them about the extended lockdown, and they seem to just to put up with it. People, come on, they putting up with it. They are really putting up with this crap. They extend it for another 5 more days, and I know they were going to say, oh, we're just going to extend this lockdown, and I'll bet they're going to probably do it again. I'll bet they will do it again. They're going to try to keep that level 4 as long as possible, and although if they bring down level 3, they're going to try and make sure it keeps them longer. They don't want that lockdown removed. Because the government just is not doing it that we have in New Zealand. She loves power and she doesn't want to give up her power. Because big government doesn't want to shrink. Yeah, Rosen is, and I heard that they say that it does require a 40% opt-in rate for it to be effective. Or we're going to make it mandatory because no one wants to have the app. Oh, man. And yet, using the pre-existing Bluetooth technology app will be stored in all this data to try it and say, what? That someone will contact for the last 15 minutes, say, what? If you sort of come too close to it, the phone will let you know you did that. The phone will let you know you did it. Oh, you going to go? Ding, ding, ding. Man, I'm going so crazy. Come on, hello people, wake up. That's, I do own a smartphone. I leave that thing hot at home. So when I do go out, I leave it at home. Just leave that thing at home. Or probably best, just throw that thing away. Yep. And here's it says the secret agenda of so-called elites. Yep. Of course, they really want to bring in one world government, and I know people really want to just to call this off now, and I really want to wrap this up. And yet the secret agenda of so-called elites. I'm not going to read any of that right now. And according to the federal depopulation, it should be the highest priority in the U.S. foreign policy than the third world, because U.S. economy needs a large growing amount of raw material from overseas, especially from the developed countries. Yeah, this is a quote from Henry Kissinger there, and I'm not going to read any more further. I'm just going to really wrap this up. And there's another video that's worth watching here. Here it is right there. Rich Planet TV, and it's good there. It's called the Corona Scan. It's worth watching. You can download it yourself. I'm not going to watch it. Get through any of that. I'm just going to let you decide on this for now. Well, people, it's time for me to wrap this up. I'm going to sort this. Yeah. And from this picture there, there's the Bill Gates there with the stupid glove and with the Illuminati, the CI. So, well, I'm just going to wrap this up from here. This is Matthew Miller, sign off, over and out.